Hey guys, welcome back to Candy Beauty. So we're doing more new fragrance today. And I'm so excited. I love Tom Ford fragrances for the most part. Some are misses, but for the most part, I really do enjoy their new fragrance launches. So when I saw that they were launching a new fragrance this summer, I was super excited, but then I was like, are you kidding me? This is an extension of the Soleil Blanc, which is honestly one of my least favorite, like the worst, I detest it, fragrances that, in my opinion, Tom Ford has come out with. However, then I looked at the notes and I was like, okay. So anyways, I did pick up, I think there was 3 sizes. I think there's a 1.69 or 1.7 ounce, a 3.4, and I got the 1 fluid ounce, which they all have the same exact packaging. I paid $100 for this. You can get this at Kohl's, Ulta, and Sephora, and I'm sure Tom Ford Beauty, all the places. I'm sure other places like Harrods and Macy's have it. This did launch recently at those retailers, but I do believe it came out a little bit earlier, like on Tom Ford's site, but I do love the Soleil packaging whenever they come out with like summer Soleil beauty products. I'm always like so tempted because it's just such sleek, like the white with gold. So excited. I do want to dive right in. So if you guys are new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, tap that bell so you can be notified of all the new upcoming videos. I have been doing a hell of a lot of fragrance lately, actually. I've always been doing makeup. I do lots of reviews. I do shop with me's. I do high-end stuff. I do Dollar Tree and TJ Maxx and Marshall's videos. Like, I'm all over the place. So if you're into all of that, or just, you know, you like to see my smiling face, then don't forget to subscribe, tap that bell so you can be notified of all the upcoming videos. I think I already said that. It's late. What do you want? I feel like I'm not acting bougie enough for this Tom Ford review, but that's okay. So it says this fragrance opens, so the fragrance notes are Coco de Mer, Lang Lang from Comoros Island, bergamot flower. It says the fragrance opens with an we're off to a great start. Uplifting rush of citrus fruit, elevated with a savory pistachio chord and spicy cardamom. I personally love all of those notes. So again, when I saw these notes online, I was like, okay, this is not giving me Soleil Blanc vibes at all. I need to get this. Citrus fruit, savory pistachio chord, and cardamom. So excited. It says a transportive blend of tuberose, ylang-ylang, and orange blossom with a Coco de Mer accord brings a balancing warmth. All right. Again, the beautiful packaging never hurts, never hurts. Just show you guys the unboxing. And then, like I said, all 3 sizes look exactly the same. They're just a little bit taller. And I do really like the masculine sort of packaging. Like, to me, Tom Ford scents are unisex, but honestly, this packaging on this one is very masculine looking, in my opinion. Okay. Good mister. Ooh. This reminds me exactly of another, like, a very high-end fragrance that I like. I can't, like, put my finger on it right now. But this is a very citrusy, like a fresh citrus. Really very, like, very orange grove, fresh citrus. I'm not getting, well, let's wait till it dry down. Definitely getting some ylang ylang. Definitely the orange blossom. Coco de Mer, I don't think I'm getting that, but I don't really, honestly, the citrus is overpowering. It pretty much just stays citrusy. Like, it's citrus from the nose, from the spray. It's citrus at the heart. And it's citrus at the base. I'm not getting any savory pistachio accord. I'm also not getting any spiciness or cardamom. I'm sure the cardamom is in there because cardamom does tend to yield citrusy. But I'm not getting any spiciness, which is okay. This smells like nothing like Soleil Blanc. So if you love Soleil Blanc, you might not like this. I'm just waiting for it to dry down to see. Yeah, I really don't get any pistachio accord. I'm not sure what they're talking about with the pistachio accord notes. Or bergamot flower. Well, I get a little bit of bergamot, actually. Because bergamot can lead, like, citrusy, too. This is just really like orange blossom, like fresh orange blossom. It is beautiful. If you are a citrus fragrance lover, you would like this. If you are wanting something more sophisticated, like, I know this is Tom Ford, but honestly, all the notes are the same. Like, you're getting citrus, and more citrus. However, I do feel like this is a really nice spring summer scent to add to my collection. I feel like there's also been like a lot of citrusy fragrances out this year though. So if you have any of those other ones like Golden Rule, this would layer really well with Golden Rule. This is going to have a very nice staying power, but it's also kind of skin-like at the same aspect. So if you're somebody that's sensitive to fragrances and you've smelled some of Tom Ford's other scents, it's not going to be like very strong. It will melt in, I mean, it's strong and it has a good staying power, but it's going to melt in the skin as well. But I do feel like it will yield citrus on anybody. Like, I don't feel like this is one of those fragrances where you're going to get the pistachio on somebody's skin and the citrusy on another. Like, no, it's very citrusy, very lang lang, and it's going to be citrusy on anybody who sprays this. I do feel like it's very unisex. I don't feel like it I don't feel like it leans feminine or masculine. I think it would smell really nice on a guy and really nice on a female. And it's really nice. I really, really do like this. Very fresh for a Tom Ford scent, honestly. But yeah, like orange blossom, citrus, that's what I'm getting from this. I'm waiting for something else to yield from the dry down, and it's really not. It's citrusy all the way around. Again, I think it would layer well with Replica Never Ending Summer, Clean Orange Clementine, any of the Atelier, because those lead very citrusy. Any of the Atelier fragrances, it would layer very well with. And definitely like Fleur Golden Rule, I think it would smell good with that. Anything citrusy, it's gonna layer well with. It doesn't have any like sweetness. I'm not getting the Coco de Mer, like I said. I'm not getting the pistachio. So if you're a gourmand lover, you probably will not enjoy this fragrance. However, I feel like this is a very nice, okay, maybe I'm getting some of the Coco de Mer now. I do think it would layer well with Soleil Blanc, even though I do not like Soleil Blanc. But now as it's drying down over time more, I'm getting a little bit of that like cocoa palm leaves type of a thing, but very, very faint, like very faint in the background completely. Again, if you love citrusy fragrances, you're going to love this. But it's not citrus in a fresh, it's not citrus in a sweet gourmand way. It's citrus in a fresh, like orange blossom way. I think this is perfect for spring or summer. I'm glad I picked this up. I love it. yeah, I love it. It's really nice. Has anybody smelled this in store? I do believe they have it in Kohl's to spray. I'm not sure about Sephora or Ulta if they have it out to test, but if you were even thinking about picking this up, I do think it, like, also not a lot of Tom Ford fragrances, you get the 3 sizes. I love this. I also love citrus fragrances though. I also feel like this would layer really nice with the new Fleur Beach Skin or Peach Skin, because it has the freshness of peach skin and the floral of peach skin, but it also has the citrusiness of beach skin. This is really nice. Layers, gonna be endless possibility of layering. It's not multi-seasonal. I feel like this is definitely a spring summer scent. But if, again, for the 100th time, if you're a citrus fragrance lover, you're gonna love this. I really love this. It's a very fresh, very nice, very fruity, very citrusy. But I don't get any of the other notes. It's really just yielding mostly orange blossom citrus. So those are my final thoughts on this. This is a win for me. Also, it's completely different from the normal Soleil Blanc. So if you, again, are a Soleil Blanc lover, I would suggest going in store and smelling this first. But if you already have Soleil Blanc, I do feel like this would pair very nicely with that. So those are my final thoughts on this new Tom Ford fragrance. I can't wait to see what Tom Ford Beauty comes out with next. I typically, again, love their fragrances. Oh, you know what this would also layer well with is the new Joel Malone Beach Blossom. That it would layer well with that too, which actually Beach Blossom is kind of very similar to Tom Ford Soleil Blanc, the original Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. So yes, again, this is a very unisex. I couldn't even say it leans more feminine or masculine. Anybody could get away with wearing this. It's a beautiful fragrance. So those are my final thoughts. Very short and sweet. There wasn't a lot of complexity to this. So if you are somebody that's like, I want that complexity of a high-end designer price tag, you might be a little bit, you know, like, it's a very straightforward, very on the nose, and it stays. It stays on those same notes. It doesn't detour or render to other things as it dries down. Okay, again, so those are my final thoughts on this new Tom Ford fragrance. I personally love it. I'm so glad I decided to pick it up. If you guys have smelt it, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know, because I know it is, you know, a heftier purchase, but I do feel like I will probably go through this quickly this summer, and I might next Sephora VIB sale or next Ulta like 20% off sale get the bigger size. This is a bigger size. Gonna be a bigger size one. All right, you guys. Oh, it would also, did I say replica never ending summer? It would also layer well with that. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye bye.